Welcome to 20 at 10 with Nat. I'm your host, Natalie, and my special guests tonight are Mik and Erin of Gandhi's Gun. They've played just about anything, from acoustic shows to full band shows on the floor to HEB Cedar Park Arena, the historic Whiskey A Go Go in LA, and they've played with bands that no one's heard of and bands that everyone's heard of. And Mik and Erin have been married for 10 years, and they love that they get to do their true passion and calling together, which I think is awesome. They also survived a crazy motorhome accident 3 years ago, which I'm sure we're going to hear about in just a minute. Please welcome Mik and Erin.
Hello.
Hey guys! What's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Everybody? Hey, it's so great to be here with you tonight. Thanks for having us. We love doing stuff like this.
We do, and we also survived being friends with Natalie now for a couple of years, probably. So
probably almost 3 years.
A couple years. Yeah.
Yep.
I met Mik and Preston at Sam's Burger Joint.
Yes.
At a show.
How was
Chris
it?
Taylor.
I don't know how much to divulge from that.
Was it Chris Taylor?
Yeah.
Where was I?
You should divulge everything.
You ready? So, okay.
Yeah, where was I?
I don't know.
You weren't there because I was like...
You clearly were fired.
No, where was I? Because I love you now, Nats, and I love Chris Taylor, so where was I?
All right, so back to
I don't know.
divulging all the information. So
Yeah.
I think it was a Chris Taylor show, which I don't know if you've had him on. I'm actually I know Chris, he's super cool, but I'm a fan, right? I just think he's a crazy, brilliant artist. But I remember you, Mrs. Price, because you got up there and you had a fantastic set, voice, songs, guitar, everything was awesome. But you pulled out this thing.
Oh, yeah.
This thing.
No, that's your question later.
I don't care. I'm going there. We're going there right now.
Question, he's cheating.
No, I'm still going to ask the question.
You can ask other questions, too.
This thing that I'm talking about is going to be brought up multiple times. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen. Like I've been to big rock shows where people are like, you go.
Mik was talking about this yesterday. He's like, I know what I'm going to ask her.
Yeah, I mean, you go and see some of our, the guys in Nothing More, the Scorpion Tail, and there's all kinds of different things.
It's unique, crazy.
Yeah, but Natalie pulls out this thing up. Hey, look, I grew up in high school band, symphonic band, marching band, all that kind of stuff, and I've seen all when they're like, "Can you play the claves?" I'm like, "I know what that is. Get out of here." But whatever that thing was you were playing, never seen it, never heard of it before.
Awesome.
I don't know where
that happened. So so I played that day too. I couldn't remember. I know I came out for a couple shows. Maybe I remember meeting you in Preston.
Yep.
Right. I haven't met your drummer though. Who's your drummer?
Well, since we've known you. We have a new drummer now, and
his name is Stan, and he's amazing. Yes. He's only 20, and he is like a prodigy. No, for real, like he's a phenomenon.
So quick story, amazing. Very quick story on that, just so everybody knows. But musicians out there will get this. So his audition video, we sent him one of our toughest songs on drums, no problem. But underneath that was a YouTube feed, and it was his most latest. YouTube video. It was Slipknot's Nero Forte on the drums, and he plays it flawless. I didn't even believe it until he showed up at rehearsal, and then I realized it's real.
Yeah. So yeah, pretty much.
Greg's chiming in. Hey, Greg. He said your mic is louder. I bumped y'all down just a little bit. Is that okay? Are we about people listening, or are we about even? That's what we were trying to do. What's up, Chad? We got Chad, Kundog, Joanna, Greg. So we met through Greg. That's how we met. And Greg, I'm pretty sure it was at Sam's. Because you're like, oh yeah, a couple guys from Gandhi's Gun are going to come, I think.
Was it?
Yeah.
He's in South by Southwest. Was it Sam? Either way, I don't know where I was, Natalie. Why I didn't meet you. I was not there. I don't know.
I met you at a Christmas party.
Yes, at the Christmas party, yeah.
So 2019. Yep. I knew of you, but I hadn't met you. So
yeah, I know, and I got to hear you sing and share your beautiful talents with us that night, and saw the thing that Mik was talking about, which we're gonna talk about
I brought
later.
that home. I did. I was like, dude, for real, dude, it's rad.
Yes.
That's so funny.
Either way, though, yeah, I hated that I didn't get to meet you the first time, but I got to meet you at the Christmas party. And we have, what's up, Jody and Todd? Some of our friends are on. Jody and Todd. Chad and Sarah are friends. What's up, you guys? Hey. So Natalie, our friends Chad and Sarah live in, Austin area, I guess, but not technically. Where'd you go?
Yeah, just deal with this for 1 second. We're coming back. Here we go.
So they live in it's not Lago Vista. What's it now? Jonestown.
I think it's
Lago Vista. Yeah. So they're in the Austin area. So Chad and Sarah are best friends, and then Todd and Jody, our other great friends from San Antonio, are on here with us too.
Todd and Jody.
Yay.
So JoJo Lemon, at a first glance, I thought John Lennon had tuned in. I was very excited, but JoJo, I'm more excited to have you on as well.
Joanna tunes in from Twitch.
Oh, cool.
And that's really fun.
Yay.
Awesome.
Hey, Michael, what's up? Okay, so I think we all need to hear about this motorhome incident. Is that a thing you share about?
Yeah, actually we do, because that's honestly like a part of our story now. So we were, when I met Mick was in Gandhi's Gun, had the band, and I was not in the band, but I was like the merch girl and a super fan, I guess you would say. And so I joined the band. So I think that was that my first tour with y'all?
Tour, you've done several shows, but first run.
First tour, yeah. Yep. So we went and played at the Whiskey A Go-Go out in LA, and on our way home, we were in a
that was Joshua Fest. We went to Quincy. We got a gig at Whiskey. We went to LA.
On that run.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we got booked for that gig.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Check your facts. He's checking my facts. He's checking my facts.
It's important.
We played at the Whiskey later. But we played at Joshua Fest out in Northern California, and we were on our way home in the Arizona desert. And, just so happened to be in a really, really bad, traumatic accident. Our motorhome, our 30-foot motorhome was totaled. And so there was actually a policeman behind us. So we weren't driving. There was another guy in our band driving at the time, hit the back of a truck and a trailer, and literally in the middle of the Arizona desert. And there was a cop behind us, and he walked up the door and he said, "Oh my gosh, I didn't expect to see anyone moving in this motorhome, but the fact that you all are alive, like, that's insane." But our drummer at the time had to get airlifted. Two of our other band members had to get flown home to get medical conditions checked out. But that day, it was crazy. Like, I like to say this, Natalie, it's funny now. It was not at the time, but we had to call a tow truck company, and I'm not kidding you. So the tow truck driver was Satan on earth. No joke, Satan on earth. I've never met a more cold, cruel person in my life. So he was going to charge us like $3,000 to tug us 5 miles up the road. 5 miles. 5. And so we're like, just drop us off here. So we got dropped off at a truck stop. We're making phone calls. We don't know how the heck we're going to get out of Arizona. Thank you to Greg, our manager, Greg Carnes. He put us up in 2 hotel rooms for the night to get us by. And then our guitar player's dad flew down the next day to get us home. But I remember when we were at that truck stop, walking in the room and seeing all the guys, like, their heads down. It was very traumatic. And I'm like, okay, all right. Are we going to stop here, or are we going to keep persevering? Because, we could stop here and just be done with everything, or we can say, you know what, we're going to use this to, like, fuel our fire and keep doing what we believe we're supposed to do. So I walked in the room and I said, y'all, are we going to stop here, or are we going to keep doing what we feel we're called to do? And I said, I'm ready. Let's do this. Like, this isn't going to stop me. And so all the guys were like, all right, let's do it. Let's do it. So that was kind of like fuel to our fire. Like, I know a lot of times traumatic experience can stop people from following their dreams, because you let fear get in the way, which kind of the song we're going to play tonight. You let fear stop you from following your dreams, from doing what you're called to do, what you're supposed to do, because people don't want other people to hear your story, because that's going to help them persevere and follow their dreams. So that day we decided, no, we're not going to give up. We're going to keep doing this, because we have so many people out there that we're supposed to reach, and we believe in this. We believe in what our dream is. Yeah.
Wow. So, and this was 3 years ago?
Yeah, it'll be 3 years in July. Yep. July, was it 28th? July 28th, it'll be 3 years. It was July 28th of 2018. So yeah, it'll be 3 years this year. Yeah.
And then I'm trying to think when I met you guys. It's probably 2019.
Yeah,
The
it
next
wasn't.
year.
It really, honestly, Natalie, it wasn't long after that, because that, kind of like what Erin was saying, that was we had all decided we're all gonna we're gonna quit our jobs and we're just gonna go do this thing, and whatever it takes is whatever it takes. And at that point, it was a big, bright, shiny toy, and it just seemed like fun, and we felt
let's do it,
yeah, we felt really cool about everything. And so
it's not glamorous at all.
Round one, like we're out, and Erin and I go finance this motorhome, and so round one this happens, and so we got hit with a blunt, ugly baseball bat right out of the gate. But at the same time, I think looking back, I wouldn't change it. Obviously, I wish no one would have gotten hurt, which happened. But at the end of the day, I mean, it was, we kind of decided we're going to double, triple, quadruple down on this whole deal. And that's what it was. But you asking like, did we meet you after that? And the answer to that is yes, because I think it was right after that,
sure.
As far as touring goes, like as far as the band goes, it was always very serious. It was never a hobby. It was always something that we really wanted to do. But
right,
when you really
our priorities kind of change though.
Yeah. When you take the plunge, and Natalie, like, I know you get it. So when I say take the plunge, I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. When you take the plunge and it's like, no, we're gonna go do this.
People think you're crazy.
Yeah, but things kind of change after that. And we met you kind of right around the corner right after that, largely due to our mutual friend who's on here tonight, Greg, who was amazing then and is great to us, just as amazing now. And I know you know Greg, and so Greg, thank you so much.
Yeah. No, thank you for always believing in us. And that night, and you talk because we don't want to keep talking the whole night, but that night, besides like the moment we had with the dudes in the gas station, Mik and I that night in the hotel, we sat on the couch and we were like, okay, when we're 80 years old, do we want to be looking at each other and saying, okay, after that wreck, we just gave up, we stopped? No, we want to be 80 years old looking at each other and saying, we followed our dreams, we kept doing it, and we reached so many people, we touched so many lives because we followed our dreams and we never gave up. So yeah,
I just hope to God that you guys can look at our faces and we're not 80 by the time it all happens.
But despite like the opinions of other people, though, you have to have the right people in your corner who encourage you and who support you. And I know you totally understand that too. So
yeah, it's really important to find your crew, I guess, and it's people that whether or not they believe in you, I guess, like they're also going for dreams. Like together, you're like, we're whatever, and it might be different dreams, but you're all working for it. Like I made a decision a few years ago to make time for people that I respect, that are hustling, like I'm hustling, and like it changes the game when you're around people because it keeps me on my toes. I'm like, oh, they're working. Am I sending booking emails or whatever? Am I keeping my whatever current?
Yeah, absolutely.
Songwriting groups are helpful. Keep me on my toes. Keep me writing and submitting things. Yeah.
I totally get what you're saying, and we kind of feel the same way about you. Like we're all in this, and you mentioned just now, people that are pursuing the same dreams, even if they're not the same. Like, what we feel like we're supposed to do might not be exactly the same as what you feel like you're supposed to do, as far as like, what kind of music are we going to make, or what kind of venues are we going to play, or what's our target audience look like? Right. Those things might be different, but at the end of the day, the pursuit is the same. And so we have the most respect for what you do, and we're grateful to be here with you.
And thanks for being here tonight. This is awesome, and all the people like tuning in, like your friends that we've never met before. Hey to all of y'all, and our friends Chad and Sarah, and then Greg, who we're a mutual friend with, and Jody and Todd. Yay, this is fun.
Hey Ken. Also, hey Chad. Yeah, Chad. Mik and Erin we can all see your comments. So if you want to drop a comment, whether you're tuning in from Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook, we can see them all, and I might throw your comment up on the screen, or if you have a question, wherever you're tuning in from, let us know where you're tuning in from. We got a lot of people in Austin for sure. I know you've got some friends in San Antonio, so I always like to know where people are tuning in from.
Yeah,
we do.
Well, okay, so we've.
Melvin,
I might have to squish down my questions to like 1 or 2 questions now. So I looked through the people that you've played with, and I recognized a few names. But I want to know what band you have been the most excited to share a bill with.
That's a great question, and one that's probably going to get us in some kind of trouble.
No, it shouldn't, because it'll change throughout your life.
All right.
Wait.
You go ahead.
What is it today?
No, it wouldn't be, because this was before.
Before you knew me?
Yeah.
Well, then you share.
All right.
You can each share an answer. It's okay.
There's so many.
No, we don't need the same answer. That's fine.
There's so many. Mary Nan Whitmire?
Oh, wow, yeah.
Houston.
That's genre. Houston's coming into play.
That's Houston.
There's a long story there. Mary Nan, I love you. What's up?
Oh, that's so cool.
I think for me, Natalie, and with all due respect to Buck Cherry.
We're getting ready to play a song, y'all, so hang in there. We're all playing a song.
With all due respect to the band Buck Cherry, when I say this, you'll understand what I'm saying, but when I lived in Las Vegas for 5 years, and one of my most favorite venues to go to, because all the bands that I ever loved from all over the world would go to the House of Blues inside the Mandalay Bay Hotel and Casino. And I loved that venue. It's gorgeous. The sound is unbelievable. The mezzanine is gorgeous. Like, they got the stadium seating and the chandelier hanging down.
In Vegas?
Yes. And everybody's played there. Everybody's.
Not me.
No, I know. This is pre-Erin.
Not me.
But everybody's played this venue that you love, that I love. Doesn't matter what genre you are, everybody loves it. And I remember our manager at the time, this a few years ago, was like, "Hey, I've got a gig for you, and you're going to be direct support for Buck Cherry." And Buck Cherry at the time just had that record come out with the "Hey, yo, crazy, but you got some," you know what I'm saying. It was nice. a big hit. And anyways, they were fantastic guys. It was a great show. But just standing on that stage, I think for me the reason why that venue, or why that particular show was so special, was it felt like a rite of passage, right? When you've been working at it for a while, we've done. Okay.
Did you really just talk about that song?
Well, sort of. So, I mean, like, we've done some.
You bleeped it out. I'm proud of you.
I'll be honest with you. It wasn't my most favorite
I'm
show.
like over there like, oh my God.
That wasn't my most favorite stage. It wasn't my most favorite band I played with. It was most, but for some reason, like to this day, I still have the backstage pass. It was like a lanyard stuck on the inside of an old wallet in a drawer somewhere. But it just, I don't know, that show to me was special for a reason I can't really put my finger on.
I wasn't around then. But I think
I grew my my live testicles that night. I guess the best way to put it. Well, that's how it felt. It was just like that was my night. Yeah.
I need to put a muzzle on him.
What about for you, Erin? I want to know what show you or like band you're most excited about being on the same bill with.
Oh man. Okay. So, there's a couple. So playing out at the Whiskey A Go Go was like huge because that's a historic venue. So we got to play out there and open for LA Guns, which is like their home, like territory. Mm-hmm. So that was really cool. And it was a sold out show. I've never played one of those before. So for me, that was epic.
That was your first.
Yeah, my first. And then after that, we played at the Cedar Park Arena. So we played with, oh my gosh, White.
Queensryche,
Great White, Striper, and then Vixen. Yeah. And so playing that show, like, okay, Vixen is an all-female rock band. They've been around for years and years and years. And so afterwards, after we played and after they played, I got to go hang out with the ladies in Vixen after the show, like behind stage. And they were super encouraging to me. Like Lorraine, like the lead singer, gave me her number. And she was like, hey, if you ever have any questions, if you ever need any, just help, suggestions. And I'm like, that's what it's all about. Like, especially as a female in rock and roll, right?
Yeah.
It's
That's
about
amazing.
supporting each other and being there for each other. So for me, that night, it wasn't just performing and hanging out with them, but all the people we met at our merch table. Like Mik and I always say this. Like we love to perform, we love to play shows, but the people that we meet at our merch table and the stories we hear,
they make the memories.
Yes, the people we get to love on. Like, hey, that song really touches me. What is that song about? And we get to share that with them. For me, that's what it's all about. But there's one more. Hold on, there's one more.
Go ahead. Yeah.
It hasn't even happened yet, but it's in a couple weeks, and it's in San Antonio, but we're playing with El Victoria. El Victoria is like metal. She's a Christian. Like, I can't say this on live feed, but bad. Chica, rock and roll. No, she's awesome, and I'm so grateful for this connection with her because we've been messaging each other, and it's just this friendship came out of nowhere, and we're awesome. Going to be super supportive of each other and encourage each other and hold each other up because, like, you're not a woman, but being a woman in rock and roll, it is really tough at times.
I like women.
It is.
Woman.
It is really tough at times, though, because you deal with a lot of just kind of feeling judged and am I good enough, like things like that. And that's where a lot of like my story comes in, because I want to encourage other girls like, yeah, you're pretty enough, you're smart enough, you're good enough, you're worthy enough. Don't ever stop your dreams because of what other people are saying. So the fact that other people are coming into our lives now like that. So I don't know. I'm super excited about this show with El Victoria. Look her up. You guys, she's a baller guitar player, vocalist, everything. She's got a lot of connections. She's been around for a while. But I know Mik is chomping at the bit.
I'm dying to say one thing.
Let me talk too.
No, you did fantastic. I'm just dying to say one thing. So on your question,
Natalie's like, I have another question.
So the people make the memories, and I know, and I love talking to another artist.
Another question.
I know, but I love talking to another artist because you get this. You don't remember the stage, right? It's the weirdest thing in the world. You could be in Madison Square Garden with 8 million. You don't remember the stage. The people make the memories.
The conversations.
You remember that one guy in the crowd, or you remember that one conversation at the merch table, and so
it's true.
I remember at the Cedar Park Arena, for example, Michael Sweet from Striper, we're all backstage, and I have like a $400 guitar head back. I mean, like it sounds fantastic, and he actually liked it too, come to find out. But he comes up and he's like, hey man, he's a phenomenal guitar player and vocalist. I mean, yeah, all of it. But he's like, hey man, how do you like that head? I'm like, I love it, bro. And so just, I mean, those are the things that make all the difference in the world. Cool people being awesome, other artists being awesome, and those are what make those memories so special.
Yeah. We have someone, Ken said, used to go see LA Guns all the time. Yep. Tracy, all in. Yeah. And actually Tracy Guns from LA Guns is actually doing he's working with Michael Sweet from Striper. Yep. They're doing like a project together, which is really cool.
Well, that was really a convenient little tie-in.
Nice.
They are.
I do have one quick question for y'all before we move on. Okay, I like to ask this to everyone, so it might be two separate answers for y'all. I assume y'all had different childhoods. I like to ask people, what's your earliest memory of being like sucked into a song? Like you were like stopped in the moment, like, what is this? I love this.
I got it.
My mind is blown. I need this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I grew up in the church, so I love this question actually, because I grew up in the church, so I listened to a lot of like Christian music.
Same.
But I will tell you, I was in, I think, middle school. It was middle school, and Alanis Morissette released her album Jagged Little Pill. That was the first album I ever purchased with my own money that I had made working at the pool this summer. So I purchased that album, and I was downstairs one night, and my parents, we had a basement because I'm from Illinois, we had a basement. And I was downstairs singing and performing in front of the mirror on like the, whatever you call it. We had a whole sound system down there, and there's a little mirror. And so I was down there performing, pretending like I was a rock star, and I was singing Ironic. But then when my dad walked down, it was hand in my pocket when, the curse word came in. And my dad was like, what are you listening to? And I'm like, not every song. She didn't say that in every song, Dad. But I just remember like My dad didn't throw it away. He didn't take it out. He saw that like I was getting something out of that, like I was feeling something. And so for me, like as a chick who always dreamed of being a rock star, I never thought it would happen. I never thought I'd be in a rock and roll band. But that for me was like a turning point. Like dancing in front of the mirror, singing that, like her Jagged Little Pill album, Ironic. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I could just feel it. Like I could feel it, like what she was singing about. And because her lyrics meant something to her, you know, like that was about her life story. And so for me, a lot of times there's great songs out there, but you don't necessarily feel them. A lot of times there's a lyric or something that an artist will write and you feel it. And that's what I did with Alanis. And that was a like turning point for me. I was in middle school. That's a long time ago.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
that you, Mick?
Kind of my story.
Well, I'm a dude, but I also felt Alanis. I owned Jagged Little Pill, and I wore that cassette tape. I wore it out.
But
and
is that the moment that you were like,
no.
Okay, no, I want to hear about that
there,
moment.
I know who his is.
But on a side note, not project, Taylor Hawkins, the drummer on that record, is also the drummer for the Foo Fighters. Just throwing my little rock trivia out there.
Whoa.
Anyway, I think for me, my uncle...
on that album now? Does anyone know what Jagged Little Pill, who that album is written about?
Oh, my word.
Does anyone know that?
We'll never leave this topic.
No, that's a question that's up for debate, because we know she wrote that album about someone, that whole album. And I will share that at the end if no one knows, because that's actually kind of funny.
Is this a contest? Is there a prize?
Yes.
There should be.
There is a prize. You're going to get to see.
There should be.
I'm going to send you a photo of my face close up.
No.
It's going to be wonderful.
We can send something, Nat. Just let us, if someone comments and they get it right, we can work something out and send that person something, because that whole album is written about a certain person.
We can decide together.
Yes.
If there's a prize and what that prize is.
I'm assuming no one liked my initial
CD, whatever.
prize. But I think to answer your question, I think for me, my uncle is a bluegrass guitar player. You know, he plays banjo, he plays mandolin, he plays acoustic, and you know, all the hammer-on stuff. It's just, he's incredible. And I just remember being a little bitty kid, and
Someone got it.
Did Michael get it?
Yep, he got it.
All right, we have a winner.
Yes,
Michael Hartman.
After him. Yep.
So now we got to decide the prize. Keep going, Mick.
That's it, Uncle Joey. Yep, Uncle Joey.
Yeah, so he was a BA, and you know, could play anything that was string, and just being a little kid, just being, you know, wowed by that. I just remember when the guitars or the mandolins or the banjos came out, the fun came out, right? That was when everybody let their hair down. So I always associated music with a great time. And the first song that I ever learned on guitar, and to this day, I actually wonder, like, what was he trying to do? I was like, hey, I don't even know what I said. I'm like wearing a diaper. I'm like, hey, can you show me something? And he shows me Hey Joe by Jimi Hendrix on acoustic. With, you know, because looking back, I mean, it's smart. It's got the little scale, that whole scale on it. But it's like, dude, really? Like, I can't even speak music, and the first song you want to show me is a Hendrix song. But I didn't know that at the time. I thought, okay, that's fantastic. So I think Jimi Hendrix, Hey Joe, definitely. And then the moment, the moment that I was like, this is totally
90s grunge. I know it's coming.
When I saw Nirvana Unplugged,
drum roll.
Nirvana Unplugged.
Oh, you already said it.
And right around the same time that, you know, Nirvana. STP, Alice in Chains, and Soundgarden came out, Pearl Jam. That was it for me. I knew, I was like, that's what I want to do. That is exactly who I am. I identify with these people. Luckily, I'm still alive.
Yes.
But
yikes. Yeah.
I mean, it was all that. I mean, I just identify with it so much, and I to this day, I don't think I've outgrown the '90s. Like, I still live. Like, I still watch. Last night I was watching the Screaming Trees on YouTube. So yeah.
Erin is psychic. I don't know what that means, but thank you.
You knew what he was gonna say.
I did. I read his mind all the time. Yeah.
All right, so
dreams about.
That's amazing. So okay, so yours was like the grunge '90s, like, oh, moment.
Absolutely.
We're older than we look. Yeah, we're older than we look.
I disagree with that.
I don't know that it matters how old you are. You can get into music from any era.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing about music is that it can transcend eras.
Yeah, that's what I love about it. We are older than we look, though, and I love that, though. I love that people think I'm 21 and I'm not.
But look at like Greta Van Fleet. I mean, these are very young dudes, and they're a knockoff the old block with Led Zeppelin. I mean, it's amazing.
But even Robert Plant was like, they're talented.
They are very talented. Yeah. Yep. I said knock off the old block. Probably should have said chip off the old block. Whatever.
But yes, your friend Michael got it right. Dave Collier. Yep, Uncle Joey from Full House. That's who that whole album is written about. Jagged Little Pill.
Whoa.
Yep.
So, Melvin, is that yours? Etta James, At Last. It's a great song.
Natalie, what was yours? Out of curiosity, what was the moment you thought I could do
that
this?
Wasn't even our question, but let's make it a question for her.
So, I remember, and I mean, I've said it multiple times in the show because it does come up, but I remember being in junior high and discovering Plus One, and I remember like crying on a road trip with my family with headphones on and my CD player to probably their first album.
Awesome.
The Promise, maybe, or Written on My Heart.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, Christian pop, and Christian boy band pop. And I like started to feel something for the first time.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, are you ready for the pop questions?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, that's from
shiny.
Yeah, these are random, right?
Yep. I have no idea.
My dog is licking my toe.
That is not the question, but it's
but he is. My dog is
similar in that it's odd. All right. Have you ever eaten while on the toilet?
Oh.
Absolutely.
Have you ever anything worth sharing? Can you share anything you want to share?
I've been on the phone while on the toilet, but not eating. I don't.
All right.
On the toilet,
like texting or like talking?
Both. Right. And typically it's my husband or my mom because they don't care.
She has full-blown conversations on the toilet. I will co-sign that. Yes, absolutely.
You said you've been on the toilet. What?
Well, you know what? I can't think back to a specific time that I've eaten on the toilet, but for me, if I was starving and I had a taco or something,
no, but you haven't. The question is, have you? You said yes.
I would. If I said no, that would probably be less accurate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
I do not recall. Have you ever picked a lock?
Yes. I used to drive a 1976 Chevrolet Stepside Scottsdale, a classic truck.
All right.
And I locked my keys inside of this thing.
Dad helped you with that,
yes. Right? And I had the coat hanger, and I had the parking lot security wondering what the heck I was doing because I'm trying to break into this truck. But once they realized that I was the owner, everything was okay. But yes,
I've never picked a lock, but I've had someone pick my lock, like on my car.
And I was
like, "How did you get into in a church parking lot?" And I was like, "How did you get into my car?" "Oh, I just did." I'm like, "Huh, okay, all right. You're the one the cops were looking for." Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, glad that worked out, and you're all right.
No one's in jail. No one's in jail.
He was harmless. Just pick locks.
Yikes.
His name is.
Okay. Well, do you have a question for me?
Yes. Well, you had something too, but I want to ask some dumb questions though too, because I like to know this about people. So, what is your favorite food? What is a food you hate? And what? Okay, so answer those two, and then I have another legit question because I ask everyone this next question. What's your favorite food, and what's a food you absolutely hate?
I go through phases because I get tired of anything, but I do really love chili, and I also really love avocados. They're so good. So versatile. Such a versatile raw piece of
Tasty.
Versatile. I love that.
thing that comes off a tree.
Yeah.
Food that I hate?
Yeah. What do you like? What can you not stand? Like you don't want to eat?
I really don't like Tabasco sauce. I don't know if that counts as a food. There are things that I'm like, nope. That would be.
You don't like Tabasco sauce?
I like lots of sauces, but I don't like I don't like buffalo sauce. Anything buffalo, buffalo chicken, buffalo wings, buffalo whatever. I'm like, nope. It's like something too vinegary or something. I don't mind that something's spicy, and I don't mind that something's tangy, but like the buffalo sauce is weird to me. I don't like it. It just, and I also tend to not feel well after consuming.
Well, did you have reflux? Because that could be the spicy reflux. I don't know.
Not necessarily.
Okay, I do. So I don't do both any of that stuff.
It's not worth it.
Right?
I'll eat something else. Nah, there's plenty of other things to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a question I ask everyone. So, if you were stranded on a deserted island, and you would only listen to one album for the rest of your life, what is that album? What would you listen to?
No.
That's too hard. I can't.
Yeah, it'll get you in trouble too. Yeah.
Well, so
I know mine.
How about this? I'll just say the album that's currently on my turntable right now. Which could so my answer would change day to day, but right now it's David Ramirez's album, My Love is a Hurricane.
Okay.
That was one of my favorite albums from 2020.
So the key word you said though was turntable. We actually happen to be vinyl collectors. Are you in that? Are you in there?
I'm joining the club. I'm newer to the club.
Let's go!
We have
my albums on vinyl. Do you have albums on vinyl?
No, we need to. We need to get yours on vinyl, and we need to put some of ours out on vinyl.
Yeah, we don't have any vinyl pressings yet.
Huge like crates full of vinyl. We love vinyl, so we need to get yours to add to our collection, Natalie. And we need to print some of our albums on vinyl as well. But
are you guys familiar with the vinyl subscription clubs?
Okay, are those the ones that you like that your fans can go on and print your vinyl and it's
No, I mean like you pay a monthly fee and this company ships you a vinyl every month.
No.
No, we're not.
I'm not.
We usually just go shop and like find random finds and pick
That's
them
part
out
of the fun.
That's also cool. All right, well, I may need to tell you about one that I found.
Let's go.
Maybe I'll tell you offline. I don't know if I should.
All right.
What did you find?
Well, I was researching a bunch of them because I was like, oh, maybe I should send my vinyl to one of these subscription services.
Yeah.
And I found a couple different ones that were really interesting because you can find them. They'll like ship you a vinyl and they'll ship you a cocktail recipe to like pair with the music, or they'll ship you like a food recipe that they think would go well with this music. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. And there's one that I actually signed up for like just to try it out. That's actually a mixtape. They're all different. I can send you my note with my research. There's one that does a mixtape every month where they have 10 songs from 10 artists that I guess they curate that mixtape and they press it and they send that out once a month to their people. And I think that's super interesting. Yeah. And then the one that I'm thinking about subscribing to because it just the level of curation, they take such care in curating these vinyl for their subscribers is you sign up for either one vinyl per month or 3, and then you pick a vibe on their website, and whatever vibe you pick, they'll ship you a specific type of vinyl, and they like connect to your Spotify so they know like what you're listening to and what you love, and like send you like a personal like handwritten note like this is why we chose this one because you like blah 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 and it's similar to blah blah blah.
That's
I don't know. It's I feel like y'all might be.
We might need to look into that then because we are huge like vinyl collectors, and so if they send like something extra with that, like that's super cool. Yeah.
Get with me after, and I'll send you my note of all of the things I was reassurching.
Yes, please do. Yeah, and you have my
super
number
impressed with a couple of them.
Oh, we would love that. Like for real, like we would love that.
Okay, awesome. I'll make myself answer a couple of questions, and then y'all got a song you ready to play?
Yes, we are.
Always.
So this is my kombucha, y'all.
Yeah, live. Have I ever trained in a martial art? Yes.
What did you do?
taekwondo.
What? When?
Nice.
High school. Mostly just high school, I guess. I don't know that I did any in college. But it was really empowering.
Nice.
I would say. And cool. I think it helped me in a way to be less afraid in situations. Like, I know how to get out of a lot of stuff.
That's
and I've
cool.
fortunately never had to use it, but like, I see a person and like know I could take them down.
Sure.
Hopefully I never have to, but I'm like, I could take them down.
Can I add a fun fact to this that
yes.
maybe like one person might think is interesting? Actually several, but our drummer, Vance, his dad was, first of all, when Vance auditioned for the band, his dad came out with him. And
nice.
He's one of the nicest people you've ever met in your life.
Oh yeah.
And you wouldn't think anything other than this is such an amazingly nice guy. So we're on the road a few weeks ago, and Vance pulls out his phone, and he's got photos of his dad. I'm like, no, that's Bruce Lee. Like that's not your dad. And he's like, no, for real, that's my dad. And apparently his dad is like a multi-degree black belt.
Black belt something.
Is it taekwondo or karate? It's taekwondo.
I think it was I don't know.
Anyway,
I don't remember.
There's lots of different types.
Yeah, I feel terrible that I can't plug in the exact trade, but anyways, he's like a champion, multi-belted, black, whatever.
That's super cool that you did that.
Yeah. So anyway, we've
highly recommend
conversations about how cool that is, and so you telling us that is awesome.
Awesome. Oh, Coondog is asking if I got a tire plug kit.
Oh.
I did not, but I got my tires fixed. Had a thing happen this weekend. Had a flat tire. My brother helped me change my tire. We put on the spare. The spare was flat, and it wouldn't hold air. It was this whole thing. It was a Sunday. Everybody's closed.
Like, oh no!
But we made it. Made it home.
Good.
I didn't break down in the middle of nowhere. It happened to be near my family. How, so grateful. So,
it happens, right?
Yeah. Tire situation worked out. I played a show, this competition 2 hours away, and I had a friend that was going to go, and I was like, well, do you want to drive me? And she totally drove me and saved the night. So it was a eventful weekend, but it all worked out. So
good.
Thanks for hanging, Chad. Chad has to check out.
Yes, Chad and Sarah, we love y'all. Love you.
Well, on that note, y'all want to go ahead and play your song?
Sure. So this is our latest single, y'all. It's called Feed the Lion.
Do you want to take the whole screen, or do you want me to stay here with you?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to us. Whatever is best for you.
Do you want to see me moving around?
Yeah.
Or do you want to?
Yes, you can stay. I want to see the rave sticks. Right. The rave sticks, yes. All of it. Yes.
I'm gonna mute myself, and I'm gonna. All right.
Yeah, stay on here with us. So this is our latest single, y'all. It's called "Feed the Lion." This is a quick little snippet of the background of it. So we talk about fear, and we also mentioned this earlier. So fear, a lot of times stops us, hinders us from following our dreams, doing what we're called to do, what we want to do, what we feel led to do, passionate about. So this song is about that, like hunting down that thing that is stirring up that fear in you, hunting it down and pursuing what you're supposed to do. So one of the lyrics in the first verse is called, I had to train my eyes to see the dreams that I feel inside. And so I love that line. Like, so how many times do we have to train our eyes to see the dreams that we feel inside? Because we might feel them, but we're not acting on them because we're letting fear stop us from following and doing what we're supposed to do. So that's what this song is about. So we just want to encourage all of you tonight to don't let fear stop you from doing what you're called to do. Hunt it down, stop it, and do what you're called to do. Pursue your dreams. So here we go. Hope you guys like it. This is called Feed the Lion. Hey, Don and Kevin.
heard him say before, you're never gonna get what you set out for. I've had to train my eyes to see the dreams that I feel inside. I might not know what it takes, but I am not afraid. 'Cause every fight that's won, it didn't come without the pain. I'm not afraid. It just makes me all I can bear. He's a lion in me. There's no impossibility. The world is gonna hear me roar. More than ever before. It's me out the door. I'm calling for fear. Hear me roar. Hear me roar. Oh, hear me I face it, some tears I've cried a million hours. I've been a victim of hurts, a million paper cuts. But they all hurt the same, big, small, and in between. I'll be a victim tonight. I'm not afraid. Bring it on. It just makes me all I can bear. He's a lion in me. There's no impossibility. The world is gonna hear me roar. More than ever before. It's me out the door. Calling for fear. Hear me roar. Hear me roar. Bring on the giants, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Unleash the lions, the floodgates, the thunder and lightning and more. It just makes me all I can bear. Feeds a lion in me. There's no impossibility. Gonna hear me roar. More than ever before. It's me out the door. I'm calling for fear. Hear me roar. Hear me roar. Hear me roar. Hear me roar. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
All right.
I never know exactly what to do because mics are so sensitive.
Right? Hey.
Yeah, I agree. Sarah and Donna and Koondog, yeah, lots of people really excited.
Yes. Hear me roar. Oh, awesome. Yeah. And that's, don't ever let your voice be silenced, you know?
Yeah.
Let the world hear you roar, y'all. Do what you're called to do. So Natalie, what you gonna play for us, girl?
I'm gonna play In My Dreams.
Yay! Let's hear it. I'm excited.
I realized, like, man, I gotta bring my highest energy song or one of them to play with you guys. Can't be
No, it's awesome. We love what you do. We love what you do. That's what's so cool, you know? We all do our own thing. We all sound different because I always tell people we all sounded the same. It'd be very boring.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. We gotta keep it interesting.
Yes. Get it, girl.
I discovered you in a parking lot. My second trip to Music Town. We met again in a bar in New Orleans. And ever since I struggle to put you down. You're just sitting there in the cupboard shadows, patiently waiting, 'cause you know that I know that just as soon as I can justify it, I'm coming for you, 'cause you never tell me no. There was a time you were never on my mind, and now it seems you're even in my dreams. Well, I never believed in the magical until you cast your own spell on me. Just like a bug in the blue light of day, I put my faith in technology. There was a time you were never on my mind, and now it seems you're even in my dreams. When does distraction become an addiction? The line's too thin to know. You're so beautiful, and I don't want to let you go. There was a time you were never on my mind, and now it seems you're even in my dreams. There was a time you never crossed my mind, and now it seems you're always in my dreams.
I love it.
Beautiful. I love it.
That's a great song.
I love it. Like, you have such like a unique just sound, you know? Like, oh, I love it. Beautiful. I love it.
Thanks.
That's super cool.
I love it. I love
Also,
it.
thanks, Donna. Nice to meet you too. Oh yeah. Can't wait to see everyone in person.
Yes, that's
It'll happen soon.
Very nice.
Oh, cool.
Y'all are touring, right? Y'all got shows coming up.
Yeah, we have.
So this weekend we play in Oklahoma and Texas, and then
No, it's Tulsa, OKC, and
Amarillo, Oklahoma and Texas.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, I have links to share with everybody. I almost forgot.
What's that?
Oh, I'm having trouble copy pasting these links. Okay. I'll do most of them. Actually, I have them in a note. I'll get them all here. All right, so y'all definitely want to follow Gandhi's Gun. I'm dropping all of them here in the comments. Let's see how that works.
Hey,
Yeah,
Nat, I want to say something on that. because we get asked all the time, like, where's the best place to follow you? Because I think people feel kind of lost in the digital wilderness, right?
Yeah.
If you want, and if you want to support us for free, right? Spotify streams are kind of king.
Yeah.
So just you hit a heart button on Spotify, hit follow, and that's it. It doesn't cost you anything. Bands in Town is a
No, sorry, I'm popped my knee.
Bands in Town is probably one of the best places to track us.
Yeah.
And that's what they call it on Bands in Town. It's called, track Gandhi's Gun on Bands in Town.
Yeah,
but if you track us on Bands in Town,
Spotify.
What's cool about Bands in Town as opposed to, Spotify or some of the other places is if we go and post on Bands in Town, like, hey, we're going to be in Alabama at 11 p.m. on this night, it's going to send you a notification. So Bands in Town has really cool, like,
Bands in Town, Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, like any of those places. But what you're saying with Bands in Town, it sends you like a notification.
Bands in Town's platform is really cool. And don't just follow us. Follow Natalie. Follow anybody that you guys like. But what's cool is the second that Natalie or Gandhi's Gun goes on and says, hey, we have a show in Florida, in Miami. If you're in that area, it's going to say, hey, by the way, there's a show in your area that you're interested in. It's gonna notify you. You're gonna get like a notification on your phone. So Bands in Town is awesome.
All these comments.
So anyway,
Bands in Town. Natalie duet. I just saw that.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Spotify. That's my girl Sarah. I agree.
Spotify, Bands in Town, and Apple Music, and obviously subscribe on YouTube to both of us. Yeah.
Do y'all have links you want me to drop in the comments? To YouTube?
Yeah. I think I emailed those to you. The Spotify.
I copied everything over. Everything that's in the private chat.
Yeah.
I got Spotify, Bands, and on Facebook and Instagram. If you have something else, okay, cool.
And then our website, is our website on there too? Yeah, Gandhi'sGun.com.
It's just Gandhi's Gun. Yeah.
Yep, that's it. Those are all on there.
Cool. Awesome. Yay. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight and being cool and sharing all your stories.
Yeah, I know. We have a lot of crazy stories.
It's been nice to connect. I appreciate it.
And don't ask any more questions.
Thanks for having us.
Or I'll talk for 2 hours.
No, right? And I'm going to be
Thank you for answering all of my questions. Actually, not all of my. I have so many more questions, but it's okay. Another time.
Sure. But we would love to have you on with us sometime too. Like, would you be willing to do that?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Well, we're gonna do that sometime too. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks everybody for tuning in. And if you're meeting Gandhi's Gun for the first time, definitely give them a follow. Check out their stuff online. They've got lots of content for you to listen to. So yeah. Thanks again, and I'll be back this Saturday. Actually, I have a guest this Saturday on the show. So stay tuned for that. I'll be posting about it soon.
Yes. Bye to everyone, all of our friends and family who tuned in, and all of Natalie's friends and family fans who tuned in that we've not met before. Thanks for having us, Nats. We love you.
Bye, everybody.